Thank you, board members, for your support in waiver of Board Rule 72. I'd like to move that this T-Mobile cell tower notification and condemnation of T-Mobile goes through today.
Is there a second?
Second by.
Thank you.
As a way of a background, Madam Chair, can I give that background a little bit?
Absolutely. Go ahead.
As you know, a year ago, the board passed a motion, and we just asked to be notified because many of us were convinced of the harmful effects of the radiation rays and so forth of cell towers adjacent to schools. In the still of the night, literally, T-Mobile and its employees and subsidiaries literally put up a cell tower overnight right across the street from the school, and it's level with the school ground, the play yard that the kids are on. But we went and we confronted the workers there, and they gave us obtuse answers and circumvented everything we tried to find out about them. Then almost overnight, this cell tower came up. They did have to notify the surrounding community, but they notified them of a box across the street, not of the cell towers themselves. And when we found out about this, we immediately started meeting with community members. The point I want to make is we have a company, T-Mobile, that's a German company that could care less about what we do in America, and in Europe they don't allow these. They spent millions of dollars on advertisement. If you saw the Sunday newspaper, you saw Catherine Zeta-Jones in there, a New Zealander by heritage, talking about how great T-Mobile is and works with the kids and the schools and the community. Well, all of that is a campaign ad. What they're doing to our children is unconscionable. We should not allow it. At least we should have been notified.
Thank you, Dr. Vladovic. I'd like Speaker 1.
Madam Chair, committee members, Gene Krischer, Friends of the Children, happy holidays, everybody. And Monica, thanks for your holiday greeting. I'm here to speak on behalf of Dr. Vladovic's motion. I have been following this issue for quite a while. As you may know, in 2001, Julie Kornstein had a motion which precluded cell towers being placed on school property. Some school districts are doing this to obtain money. But I've been in meetings as high up as congressional meetings, sitting with people that advise the European Council to sign almost unanimously a proclamation not to have these near schools, old age homes, hospitals, etc. Because what I heard across the desk for me was that there was a preponderance of evidence that showed that these were harmful, especially to children and pregnant women in general. So I got involved, and like Dr. V said, back in May, we had a unanimous resolution out of the board asking that these be kept away from schools. In June of this last year, the County Board of Supervisors passed a unanimous motion asking they be kept away from vulnerable populations and asked that Section 704 of the 1999 Telecommunications Act be altered so that local jurisdictions with impunity could regulate where these towers are placed, whereas now they're precluded from doing so by federal law when it comes to health conditions. You can jump up and down and talk about how ugly they are, and maybe you can win. We did, and how, Jeff, I'll give you this. This is in July. I appealed a decision that was in March I was ruled against, and this decision, unanimous by the City Planning Commission, kept a cell phone tower, 12 antennas, from going up 100 feet away from Carthay Center Elementary School. We prevailed. Cost a lot of money, a lot of time. That's in Marguerite Lamont's district. Still, right next door to the building where we defeated these towers from coming on, there is another array of 12 still pointed at the schoolyard. In Stephen Zimmer's locale, right across the street, 70 feet away from Hancock Park Elementary School, is another array pointed 70 feet away from the kindergarten yard, the most vulnerable children. And yet the district was not notified. And the principal was not notified. The principal at the time is now the president of your administrators union, ALA. They're mad. And as well, Ms. Garcia, The community at the Ambassador Hotel site was defeated. I don't know if they've appealed. There's an elementary school there. So this is a rapid and seemingly indiscriminate proliferation of these towers, which I
need you to wrap.
I would hope that all you guys would vote for this motion and then become proactive so we can protect children. They're not sufficiently protected now.
My name is Bill Caracas, and I am a parent at Taper Avenue Elementary School. I have 3 children there. You know, I try to organize my thoughts a little bit before coming in today, being a little bit nervous, but it comes down to this. I look at you people, and I say that I admire you for what job has been laid in front of you with the way things are going in the economy. I feel like I wouldn't want to be in your position because I assume there's not a lot of attaboys these days. You have cuts to make. You have a very tough governor. But all these things you do are appreciated. But the bottom line is everything. Let me tell you, my wife and I both volunteer at the school. My wife more than I. She tells me stories about how she has to pull paper clips from paper so the kids can do projects over again on the same paper. Okay? I got a feeling the way things are going, I'm probably going to be volunteering and picking up trash in a year or so. All this is secondary to my children's health. I can sit here and speak for hours on what I found out online about how in Germany they don't want their cattle next to these things. About how in England 400 meters is the acceptable distance for adults, not for children. Children are far and away more vulnerable to this because of their developing tissues. And I can sit here and tell you about the development of heat shock proteins that initiate cancer and all the awful things this does to you. I can tell you about the active denial system of the Pentagon, which is weaponry that is basically this cell phone tower exaggerated. Yet, well, look, I've got a minute left. I was quoted in the paper saying that this is a precedent-setting fight. Yes, it is. T-Mobile is the one that is trying to set the precedent. If you do not stop it at Taper Avenue Elementary School, you're going to have more of these come up. And I don't want to turn around, 10 years from now and see my kids have complications because of this. There's a lot of families in the Harbor area that have been dealt the hammer blow of cancer. I do not want my children subjected to it. I guess you understand what I'm trying to say. We really need your support. We have a grassroots fight going. You can view it on westsanpedro.org. But like a friend of mine said, we need a bigger gun. The demonstrations and everything that you'll view if you go to this website, westsanpedro.org, they're not enough. They're not listening to us. So that's all I have to say. Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming.
Cities. This is a start. My purpose for bringing this is the way you hit a company is you hit them in the pocketbook. And I'm encouraging everyone, never do business with T-Mobile, nor do business with Radio Shack that is now working out a deal with T-Mobile. That's what I would do, and that's how you're going to stop these folks. You're going to start saying, you're not playing by the rules, you're going to hurt us, we're going to hurt you. I agree.
Board members, any objections? Seeing none, so ordered.
It's adopted as amended.
Adopted as amended. Yes, thank you.